So what is your definition of masculinity?
Well, my ideal masculine guy would probably be like strong and big and have a beard, you know, because like beards, they're like manly. And then probably like ripped body, you know, like some guy you'd see at the gym being like, ugh, you know.
So what makes a man?
Biologically, what makes a man is the package downstairs. But then if you think about it stereotypically, like, I'm not a man, so I can't walk around with my shirt off unless people are going to stare at me funny. Or men are like stereotyped to be like really muscular and, you know, they have to like be assertive and like bring home the bacon and, you know, like someday when I hopefully have a man, I want him to provide for me and, you know, just play that man role.
So what is your definition of feminism?
Feminism is the notion that women are equal, because we're awesome.
So what is your definition of homosociality?
I've never really been asked this question before, but if I were to describe homosociality, I guess it would just be like a really close friendship, kind of like a brother that you can share everything with, but a little bit less, like you're not forced to be friends with them. And the difference between homosociality and homosexuality is that there's really no attraction there. Like you can still share everything like you would with like a girlfriend or whatever, but yeah, you're not gonna like want to go out on dinner dates and stuff like that.
How do you embody masculinity?
I embody masculinity. One way I embody it is when I watch SportsCenter. I see the men and women running around very conditioned, and sometimes it makes me feel bad and makes me want to be more like them. So I go to the gym. I guess that affects me, and maybe the styles that the players wear as well.
What is homophobia?
Homophobia is fear and hostility towards homosexuals.
What is homoeroticism?
Homoeroticism is the attraction between either two males or two females, whichever male on male.
So
yeah.
sexual attraction.
Sexual attraction between two of the same sex.
How would you define doing gender?
Doing gender, guys being like aggressive, men wanting to play sports, and girl watching with their buddies.
How would you define denaturalized masculinity?
I wouldn't. I have no idea what that means at all.
Do you feel privileged as a male?
Yeah, I do feel privileged as a male. I feel that I get treated differently. Or if I did some of the things that I do now and I was a female, I would be treated differently.
Like what?
Like filming, for example. I go to a lot of parties and film different events. And I feel that if I were a female, guys and frats and fraternities wouldn't treat me as, you know, fairly as they treat me now.
Do you believe that we live in a patriarchal society?
I believe that we live in a patriarchal society based on businesses and corporations and stuff like that. But as families and raising families go, what I've seen is just mostly women raising families, and I haven't really seen too much of families ruled by males.
What is your definition of subordinated masculinity?
A subordinated masculinity, I would define as someone who doesn't go along with the social norms and isn't masculine in the typical sense of the word. So a homosexual or a fairy, maybe. Someone who just doesn't embody what people usually think of when they think masculinity.
What is your definition of masculine socialization?
Masculine socialization is basically the people around you kind of dictate like how you grow up and like when you grow up.
What's your definition of hegemonic masculinity?
Hegemonic masculinity is the process of a man basically trying to continually renew his masculinity and basically the meaning of masculinity in society as a norm.